Hello and welcome to another A Tippling Philosopher video. A little bit of personal news. My twins have been diagnosed, well not diagnosed, they did what we call a lateral flow test in the UK and they both got COVID. My partner and I have not got COVID as according to those tests, so I took my boys off to a walk-in test centre to get a more accurate PCR test, but I assume that they do have COVID. So the next sort of week, 10 days is going to be interesting as far as isolating at home, helping my children get on and do the things they need to do, with my partner probably having to work from home, and both of us trying not to get COVID because obviously that's still really dangerous, especially with my MS. We don't really know. And I'm slightly immunocompromised. So that's all a bit challenging, which means I might not produce as many videos in the next sort of week or 10 days as I might normally do. Throw together that with, still having to do my job, working from home as well as trying to do writing and whatnot. And also I've got things like an assessment, a PIP assessment, which is for support in terms of my disability. So although I look fairly with it with these videos, because it's just sort of my upper body doing whatever I do as far as talking to you in these videos, you don't see me walking around and stumbling and struggling with sort of physical activity and all sorts of things that I do. But also with stuff like cognitive load, I'm all right doing a video where I've got like one idea that I'm talking about. And actually I've been okay in the interviews with Derek Lambert and Myth Vision, but I do sometimes struggle to find words, to find ideas, to connect my train of thoughts. And I do sometimes, pause a little bit, and I do apologize for that. That's because my brain just isn't as good as it should be, and I sometimes can't find the words or ideas and just lose the train of thought that I have. That's the way it goes. But actually, I think I've done really well this last sort of 2 or 3 months when I've been on Derek Lambert Myth Vision and done the book series for my Resurrection book, to come across, and with all the other interviews I've done, to come across pretty cogently, because what I've had to do, my MS means that my short to medium term memory is really, really poor. And so what I've had to do with each interview video, so for the Resurrection books with Myth Vision, is I've had to reread my chapters thoroughly because I've completely forgotten what I've written only a year ago. And that has been a fascinating insight to my MS, that I can forget things that quickly and have to reread them and then make notes of them, so that when I'm doing the interviews I'm going off my notes, because it's just not lodged in there in a way that it should be. And that's my MS. My MS is just pretty much screwing with that kind of short to medium term memory and recall. So that anyway, that's just a bit of an explanation. It's okay when I'm writing a book. So I was writing my Exodus book last year and I'm halfway through that, but my co-author who contracted COVID herself, and she's been absolutely screwed for 6 months, Rebecca Bradley. So that's had to be stalled. But I'm really excited about the Exodus book. But when I'm in it was all I was doing every day. And so that's fine. But as soon as I come out of that world, I then forget everything. So now when I go back into writing that, which I will have to do fairly soon, it's going to have to be rereading and researching stuff that I've already done, and repeating myself as far as doing the legwork, because of my MS. So anyway, that's a little explanation about where I am at the moment, and going forward with some content. Something else I wanted to speak to you about, because I'm working from home. I had to give up my career because of my MS, and so I'm working from home in a sort of job that's very easy job for me to do, but it gives me some regular income. but it means I've had a massive wage cut, like huge. So that's why I'm concentrating a lot on writing, YouTubing, books, and all these other things to supplement my income in order that I can continue to live in this house, and etc. etc. And so that's why it's been really amazing to have the generous support that I've had from you guys on YouTube and to monetize my YouTube channel. And that's fantastic. I've always had this kind of idea, and that's what I've been with blogging, which is basically my blogging over 10 years has been a labor of love, because the income from blogging was absolutely minuscule, especially when they changed all the Facebook algorithms and stuff. So when I was blogging for Pathos, it was, so much effort, but it was like I want to share my knowledge and my experience and my thoughts with an audience, so it's free and out there. And that's kind of the same with YouTube. I'd like to just share all my thoughts with you, and if you appreciate that, then you can donate, as you have been doing, and that's really wonderful. That's like the perfect thing for me, which is like, I don't want to, this is everything that I think and believe is just out there for anyone. And if you find it useful and worthy, that's wicked. And if you don't, then you don't watch it, or criticize it, and we can engage. So I'm at this point now where for the YouTube channel, YouTube said now you can create memberships, and other people are doing Patreon and YouTube membership. So YouTube membership is you pay different levels of money each month, and I give certain perks to you, whether it be access to videos early, or exclusively access to certain videos or content, or interact with you in a certain way, or do certain things, whatever it is. And that's the same with Patreon. So you have different levels of Patreon. You pay into that monthly, however much you want to get whatever it is that I offer. And I've always been a bit wary of that, because it's a lot of effort, and it's again a form of restricting access for all the stuff I do. But then I also need to earn a living. So there's that tension between wanting to give and also needing an income. So I was just wondering what your thoughts would be on that, about whether it be a YouTube membership or a Patreon scheme membership, and whether people have interest in exclusive content, or early access to content, or maybe personal interaction with myself and particular levels of members, or whatever. I don't know. What are your thoughts? Are you happy? Do you support these kind of schemes? Bearing in mind there is a need for me to earn an income. I don't know. I'm really interested in your thoughts, and about what sort of perks you think are good. So think about all the best YouTube channels that you love, or not even YouTube, it can be anything with regard to Patreon, the best creators that you love. What is it that they offer that you really like? And why do you like them as creators anyway? So I need to look at other creators and say, what do they do that's really good that I could do as well? I don't know. Just let this be a little sort of brainstorming session for whether you think YouTube membership or Patreon, or neither, and whatever your thoughts are. Anyway, thank you for indulging me, and as always, thanks for your continued support. PayPal and buy me a coffee and all that kind of stuff are down below. And the super chats during the live streams I do is really, really appreciated. And you're obviously just general watching support and all that. So thank you so much. Let me know your thoughts.